Hey, we are live. Hi, Miss Sue. How are you today?
Good afternoon, Pierre. How are you on this lovely, sort of cloudy Friday afternoon?
Yeah,
At
well, I'm
least
sure
down
there's
at my end of the beach is cloudy.
at my end too. We had a big storm come through, knocked out my internet last night. So,
Oh,
yeah,
bad for you.
we had no internet for I don't know when it came back on. Somewhere through the middle of the night because we were
Oh,
out
good. So you
till
got a little reprieve from work then.
yeah, I couldn't. So I got
There you
lots of
go.
sleep. I got lots of sleep, which was great. Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to jump right in. We're going to talk about some realtor safety items. And can you see my screen? Am I sharing my screen yet?
I I don't think so. I see you.
Okay. So I'm going in here, right there. Okay. You should be able to see my screen now, I think,
I
right?
can see it.
Perfect. So what I'm showing is the resources out there for realtors, brokers in South Carolina, actually National Association. So, but what we deal with is, our local CCAR and the South Carolina Association of Realtors. And the National Association of Realtors has a dedicated section on their website. And if you go to realtor.org/topics/realtor safety resources, and I'm going to put that in our chat in a minute, so it'll be there for you. There are a lot of great tips and hints about what agents should be, doing for safety. I know in the past 2 or 3 years, there's been a lot of incidences of agents who have been attacked. Actually, somebody was killed out in California. There was a realtor out there. We just had another incident in the last couple of days in Atlanta, Georgia, where a realtor was attacked. So it made me think we really need to focus again on safety and agents not to get lax in this. This is something that, I see it all the time. One of the biggest things agents have got to learn to do is when somebody calls you and says, "Oh, I want to meet you at the house," and you have never met them before, that is a no-no. You really should have them come in the office, sit down, go over, meet them a little bit, and gather their driver's license, at least for their information. And so this page is set up. It's got a lot of great tips. We're not going to go over all of them today, but anybody can go on this site and take some time. Brokers, there's a lot of information if you want to hold some seminars and training in your offices. There's toolkits there, so you can do that. One of the parts I wanted to go into is this resources for realtors. So here you'll find some great tools and tips and safety products, not only just as for your real estate, but for your home as well. But there's some specific ones for smartphones. They're not all for Apple or all for Android. You have to check each one. I know that I've been looking at a few of them with another technology committee that I'm sitting on. One of them is that Be Monitored. That is something that is pretty interesting right now, so I'm looking at that. But anybody can go on here, check them. There's so many safety alerts out there, safety apps that agents should take aware of, and look at these. There's another one that's not on here. I think it's called Agent Alert. I think that's the name of it. I'll have to put it out there. I don't have my phone right with me right now. That's the one I have on my phone. But I
Okay.
am looking at the Be Monitored, so they can check that one out. And there's also Lifeline Response. That's another one that's coming out. So as you can see by this list that the National Association of Realtors has compiled, they are putting safety in the forefront right now.
That's
Um,
great. What's the
yeah,
name of the one that you are using or trying on
I
your?
I think it's called Agent Alert or Alert Agent, something like that. I
Okay.
will get it to you later, Pierre, and you can put it out there on the website.
Sounds good.
Yeah, but so that's some safety apps for the smartphone, and trying to think what else is on here. Yeah, pretty much, like I said, if you're going out there to meeting people, have them follow you in your car. Don't let them get in your car with you. Just, be smart about things today. You have to protect yourself and always be on the defensive, so to speak. Um, Open houses, there's some tips on those website for open houses. There's webinars and also some videos on here under these tabs here, videos and webinars, specific to the open houses that you're conducting. If you can do them with two people, that's always a great thing. especially if you're in a remote area. If you're in a neighborhood where there's neighbors on both sides, something that I used to do once I put the yard sign up that I was doing an open house, on either side of me, I would always go knock on the doors and let them know, hi, I'm, Sue with ABC Realty, and I'm here, I'm going to be doing the open house next door, so if you see a lot of cars, that's what it's about. Puts them at ease, number one, but at least then you've notified them that you're there. And I've invited them to come over and look at it. So this way, come on over, see me over there. So at least you have some people coming over too. So make some people aware. Always let your office know where you're going on showings. Let them know where, most people, you're on Sunday, Saturday when you're doing your open houses. Let somebody know when you'll be there. How long you're going to be there. You should be home by a certain time. Let your spouses know. So if you're not home by a certain time, that should be a red flag if she didn't call. This app that I have, you can actually set a time for that to ring, and if your family doesn't hear from you, they will. There's a GPS built in, on your phone. They can track you that way. So. With all the technology we have, agents should be utilizing this and using their smartphones for this kind of activity.
Wow, that sounds good. Of all the various real estate activities, what would you say are the sort of the top couple more at-risk sort of activities?
The number one is, like I said, starting out, is never meet somebody at a house that you've never met at before. Especially if you're alone, if it's a remote area, a vacant home, that is not good ever to do. And it's just not good business sense to meet somebody you've never met before. I just would never do it. It's just part of what someone didn't want to meet me, then they weren't meant for me to work with them. And I would say that's, after our first meeting, that'll be fine. We can always meet at houses, but it is the policy of the office is for you to come in the office. So,
yeah. I like that. I mean, I think for lots of reasons, I mean, even if that's the perfect excuse to get their contact info and get them to meet you at your office. I mean,
exactly.
I think most people, I think any good person, any respectable person would be very comfortable with that if they had a seriousness of looking at a particular property. Yep.
They're serious. They know that's going to be. And if they've called you, you tell them on the phone, look, before we meet, it's the policy of my office that you come in, we sit down, I need to just gather some information, I'll need a copy of your license. I'm also going to shoot you an email later. I just saw a new app that's coming out in beta form where you can request someone to upload their driver's license to this app, and then you can actually look at the driver's license at that moment and then even decide, well, does this look like somebody I even want to meet, So I'll get you the name of that app as well. So that's pretty cool.
That sounds great. That sounds great.
And the second one would be open houses. That is a target. First of all, so many people put, their pictures out the web, and you look like a nice young realtor out there, dressed nicely, and you could attract the wrong kind of person. So you just need to be, like I said, take somebody with you if you can, and if not, try not to. There's some safety recommendations on the site. I don't know if the ones I'm going to mention are specifically on there. The ones that I used to follow, if I could, if you can park in the road. A lot of HOAs don't allow you to park on the road, but never park in the driveway, so this way someone can block you in, or park right at the edge of the driveway so nobody can block you in, or if you had to, you drive across the lawn or something. So,
right.
There's some simple safety tips. When you go into the house, when I would get to an open house, I would lock the door behind me when I went in and open up the house. I'd go and check everything, make sure it was all secure, and then know, again, if I had to get out, is there a back door? Where do I need to go? So another safety precaution just for the sellers, too, is to make sure your sellers know to put everything of valuables away. Jewelry, prescription drugs is a big thing. People ask to use the bathroom. That's something I never let people do. I just say, no, that you really can't use the bathroom. Because you'd be surprised what people look through, So.
Oh, I could only imagine.
Yeah, so just be careful out there, and use this website. It's got great information. You can read the recent articles about any of the recent attacks by some of these realtors and get some further information. But check out the videos, the webinars, and of course the resources for realtors, the safety apps on there, safety applications. If you're a broker, they have actually some safety presenters that they recommend as well. And I know local police departments also will come in and talk about safety with realtors. We've done that at CCAR. So it's a big issue now. It's always been an issue, but never to the point where, you know, we have to keep reiterating, be safe, think, well, you know, think safety. So I know you want to talk about an app because we're talking about apps too, and you had something that you wanted to share. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen and go to Pierre.
Sounds good. Well, that was really great information.
Yeah, it's a quick overview, so I hope people go on the website and check it out.
Yeah, I just think that information is just so crucial, like just extremely important. I mean, God forbid, you know, anybody was to ever get hurt or anything like that,
Right.
or something worse. So
Exactly. I'm just putting the link to it. It's called Verify ID. That was the one that I was just talking about. It's in beta, but you can check it out.
cool. Can you see my screen?
I
Well,
can.
this is the app. I shared a little bit with you, Miss Sue. I have been self-employed forever, and of course, mileage is a major deduction for me because we travel a lot, and we also just drive a lot. And I can't think of an industry that travels more than realtors.
Right.
And I've tried a massive number of apps to try and make this process of logging mileage easier. And I've never been this excited about promoting an app or encouraging people to take a look. There's a free version of this. It allows you to do 40 trips a month where there's no cost. If you decide to go to the paid version, which for realtors, I'm pretty sure all of you will go over that number. I'm not a realtor and I go over that number. It costs, if you do it monthly, it's $5.99 a month. If you do it annually, I believe it's $4.99 a month. I think that's the current price. There's an app for both the Android and the iOS Apple side of it, so it covers everybody. And it's as easy as literally just quick setup. It took me all of, at the very most, it might be 5 minutes. And basically, you don't have to do anything. It knows you're in your car and you start moving. You go from one location to the next, and it'll, the minute it knows you've kind of started your trip and you've ended that particular phase of that trip, it logs it and says that's a trip. And then you jump back in your car 30 minutes later and you go somewhere else, it does that as another trip. And then it'll give you a reminder on your screen saying you have X number of trips that you need to qualify as personal or business. And you literally just, it pops it up and you swipe it to the left for personal and swipe it to the right for business. And you're done. And this information is acceptable to the IRS. So
cool. Well, there's a brand new one out. Have you heard of TaxBot?
No.
I just put it into the chat. I've been playing with that. I love the app except for two things that happened to me on it. The app allows you to have two cars on it, so you can register two cars in the app, so it can track mileage on both, which is cool. Which I alternate between my cars. And but the one thing that happened is that when I lost internet, when I go out to some of these areas, way out 31, the internet drops, it loses that signal and it stops tracking the mileage. Huh. So you kind of need that GPS signal or whatever is working. So I actually emailed them about it to see if that was something that they had heard about. And other than that, it allows you to upload receipts. You go out, this is great for realtors. You're out with a client, take a picture of that receipt, it uploads it right there, and then it prints out a beautiful report at the end of the year.
Yeah. Yeah,
so check that out.
Yeah, no, that sounds great. You'll have to. I see it there. I will check it out.
It's connected with the IRS. I mean, it has all the laws and rules and stuff. So it'll tell you what you can do. So it's pretty cool. Check it out.
Yeah, no, that sounds perfect. And this one,
1 minute left, and we're going to keep it to 15 minutes. So.
Yeah, this one has you can do multiple cars and it's got the ability to produce reports and stuff too. Cool. But it doesn't have all this other tax stuff. So either way, they're good. I just know how much time you can waste if you don't have a good way to organize that. So hopefully between TaxBot or MileIQ, we've helped some people with some of the organization.
And I know
that's it for me.
They get in a car and sometimes they forget to jot it down anyway. This way, if you could just turn on a tracker and it just automatically does it, I mean, that to me is a no-brainer. So
It is for me too, and I just saw it click over to 12:15, so I am going to
Perfect.
be quiet. Thanks so much, Miss Sue. It was, as always, great to catch up with you. Thanks everybody for
Do you want to
attending.
share where they can go to our website on NB Buzz if they haven't seen the past webinars?
Oh yeah, you want me to share that real quick?
That'd be great.
Okay, I'll do that real fast. Share. Let me move over. We're revamping the page, but the tabs are going to remain the same. And when you go to mbuzz.com, if you go to the QFF link, I'm not current. We've been working on the site for 2 weeks now. We should have it up sometime next week, I hope. But basically all of the previous ones are listed here. If you click on these, you'll see the video and some summary notes. And then if you need to go to the YouTube channel, all the videos are over there. You just simply click right here and go on over to the YouTube channel, and you'll see the last two, which are sitting here. They just haven't been fully transcribed yet. So, and of course the one we're currently on right this second. So, so that's it. Yeah.
All right. Well, Pierre, I guess I'll see you on the 31st. It looks like our next QFF. So
sounds great.
Sounds good. See you then.
Sounds
Anybody
good.
have any questions, comments? Post them on Facebook for us. Facebook.com Sue Lucas, or Pierre, yours?
Facebook.com Pierre Rattini, or My Business Buzz.
Cool. All right. Thanks. Have a great day, Pierre.
Thanks, you too, Miss Sue. Bye.
Bye.